Good day. It is November the 24th, and today we're continuing John 6, doing verses 22 through 25, and Proverbs 24. Remember, if you'd like to be tagged when I post these videos, or if you have any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, complaints, or anything else, you may reach me through 810-242-2997. It's 810-242-2997. You can call, text, leave a message, whichever you like. Begin John 6, starting in verse 22. The next day, the crowd that had remained on the other side of the sea realized that only one boat had been there, and Jesus had not boarded it with his disciples, but they had gone away alone. 23. However, some boats from the Tiberias landed near the place where the people had eaten the bread after the Lord had given thanks. 24. So when the crowd saw that neither Jesus nor his disciples were there, they got into the boats and went to Capernaum to look for him. And 25. When they found him on the other side of the sea, they asked him, Rabbi, when did you get here? Okay, he fed the multitudes. He walked on water in a storm, and now he's on the other side. And it says, wait a minute, how'd you get here? 22. The next day, the crowds that had remained on the other side of the sea realized that only one boat had been there, and Jesus had not boarded it, and his disciples, but had gone away alone. The multitude there was going, wait a minute, they went off, and Jesus didn't, but now Jesus is gone. However, some boats from Tiberias landed near the place where the people had eaten the bread after the Lord had given thanks. So some boats came. They're probably out fishing that night too. 24. So when the crowd saw that neither Jesus nor his disciples were there, they got into the boats and went to Capernaum to look for him. They followed him. They go, wait a minute, we want to go to him. Remember, they wanted to force him to be king. When they found him on the other side of the sea, they asked him, Rabbi, when did you get here? When and how? He was on the western shore then. Proverbs 24. Be not envious of evil men, neither desire to be with them, for their heart studieth destruction, and their lips talk of mischief. In other words, they're going to get in trouble. They're nothing but trouble. They're evil. Don't worry about them. 3. Through wisdom is the house builded, and my understanding is established, and my knowledge are the chambers filled with precious and pleasant riches. You have to know what you're doing. The best way to know what you're doing, and the only way really, do what God tells you. 5. A wise man is strong, yet a man of understanding, yea, a man of knowledge increases strength. For with the wise advice thou shalt make war, and the multitude of counselors there is safety. Yeah, ask for advice. 7. Wisdom is unattainable to a fool's quarrels. He opened not his mouth in the gate. They didn't let people talk at the gate, because that was, unless they had business or something like that, and that's where the elders of the town were, so the fools did not talk there. And coral, you have to dive deep to get it. It's very difficult to get. 8. He that devises to evil, men shall call him a mischievous person, in other words, evil. 9. The thought of foolishness is sin, and the scorner is an abomination to men. 10. If thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small indeed. 11. Deliver them that are drawn unto death, and those who are ready to be slain wilt thou forbear to rescue. These are executed unjustly. And verse 12. If thou sayest, Behold, we knew not this, does not he that weighteth the hearts consider it? And he that keepeth the soul, does he not know it? And shall not he render every man according to his works? In other words, you do. 13. My son, eat thou honey, for it is good, and the honeycomb sweet to the taste. Yes, honeycombs are very good and very sweet. 14. So know thou wisdom to be unto thy soul. In other words, wisdom to thy soul is the sweetest honeycomb to the tongue. If thou hast found it, then there shall be a future, and thy hope shall not be cast out. So if you find it, yes, you got a future. 15. Lie not in wait, O wicked man, against the dwelling of the righteous, Spoil not his resting place. In other words, don't bother people who are following God. And don't rob them. 16. For the righteous man falls 7 times, but he rises up again. God takes their side. But the wicked stumble in adversity, and they will fall. The wicked. 17. Rejoice not when thy enemy falleth, and let not thy heart be glad when he stumbleth. Don't be glad when your enemy's destroyed. 18. Lest Yahweh see it and it displease him, and he turn away for his wrath from him. 19. Fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious of the wicked. Don't worry about what the wicked are doing. 20. For there shall be no future for the evil man. The lamp of the wicked shall be put out. Their comfort will not last. 21. My son, fear thou Yahweh and the king, and meddle not with him that is given to change. In other words, fear those pointed over you, but yet God, and fear God, and don't meddle with the, if someone's always changed their mind, stay away from them. For the calamity shall rise suddenly, and who knows the room from them both. They will be ruined. 23. These are also the saying of the wise. To respect a person in judgment is not good. Doesn't matter who he is. You render fair judgment. 24. He that saith unto the wicked, thou art righteous, people shall curse him. Nations shall execrate him. Yet don't. But to them that decide justly shall be delight, and good blessings shall come upon them. He kisses the lips that giveth the right answer. 27. Prepare thy work without, and make thyself fit for thyself in the field, and afterwards build thy house. Get everything ready, then build. That's what Solomon did. 28. Be not a witness against thy neighbor without cause, and deceive not with thy lips. Don't lie. Say not, I will do so-and-so to him as he had done to me. Don't do paybacks. I will render unto him as according to his work. Don't repay evil with evil. God doesn't like it. Let God handle it. 30. I went by the field of the slothful, and the vineyard of the man void of understanding. In other words, a lazy person who didn't know what he was doing. 31. And lo, it was all grown over with thistles, and the face thereof was covered with nettles, and the stone wall thereof was broken down. It went to seed. 32. Then I beheld and considered well, and I saw and received instruction. I looked around, and I realized what happened. Yet a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding hands to sleep, so that poverty shall come as a runner, and thy want as an armed man. Yep, lazy people, poverty will come quickly, as if someone brought it to you, and you will want as if you were stolen, as everything was stolen from you. I hope you've been blessed by this reading. May the Lord richly bless you. Remember, if you'd like to be tagged when I post these videos, or if you have any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, complaints, or anything else, you may reach me through 810-242-2997. That's 810-242-2997. You can call, text, leave a message, whichever you like. Remember, Jesus loves you, and so do I.